hear me, family?
Sígueme.
See me, Sister Kim?
Sígueme, Yaya.
Sister Mafuta, right?
Yes.
I think I should put the Black Panther like that.
Okay. Okay.
So, how are you doing? Is everything okay?
I'm great. Everything's wonderful.
Great. Yeah. Thank you for being here. It's a blessing. I
Yeah,
need
thank
you
you.
to help me because you're speaking a fluent English, and your sister, mother, chosen from the Most High. So sometimes you can also help for
Yes,
spiritual work if you like, and like everyone else, we are all prophets, we are all children, we are all servants in the hands of the in the eyes of the Most High. We are all saints, servants. Every believer has a work to do.
yes,
So, yeah, how are you doing? Is everything okay?
yes, everything's fine.
Thank you. So, okay, today the topic is the Congo is the home of our ancestors. Hmm? Okay, even science proves it and will tell us exactly that humanity comes from the Congo, from Ethiopia, Ethiopia. This is where the Bersan de la Humanité, the basin of humanity. This is where the womb of the mother is, where the equator sits. This is where Adam and Enoch and many others used to come from. This is where many of our forefathers are buried. This is where the prophecies of the dry bones will happen. This is where the Tanzania has said in the Zephaniah 3:10, my uh, my children will bring my offering. This is where it will be. This is the beginning, and this is the end, the Alpha and the Omega.
I get that.
And many people will start asking themselves, and I think people asking themselves because the last time I was teaching in Germany, and I mentioned the name albino. The Germans, oh no, we are not albinos and stuff like that. I had more than 180 messages that I am a monkey, I'm stupid, and stuff like that. Yeah, this is how it is in Germany. If
Mhm.
you preach, yes, 180 negative messages from men, women's, elders, younger people. And anyway, then I started to ask them, where do you guys come from? Because
Mhm.
your history
Mhm.
starts in the 15, 1600s. You even mention people like Alexander the Greek, yeah, that he's white and stuff like that. But the real Grecians were black people. And if you look at Greece today, if you look at ancient Babylon, Egypt, and all of them, their technology is not um, so developed like it is in America, in the Europe, like you can see Germany, Netherlands, Belgium,
Mhm.
France, or UK,
Right.
or even the Russia. Why do you see that all the other nations? You can go to Brazil, you can go to the Cuba, you can go to over Africa. Many people places in India. The places are not so developed. They are not so smart
Mhm.
like those Ashkenazim, Gomer, etc., etc. It has a reason, and that's why we're gonna in the next videos that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go deeper into the European Nephilim spirituality.
Okay.
This will be very deep. People will even call me a sorcerer because I know them so good you can't imagine.
Mm. Mm.
I grew up with them.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is something. Yeah, yeah. I grew up with them. There's nothing that is hidden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go. I will go so deep. Yeah, where people will be surprised why I know those things because first of all, it is written. Second, the second thing is that Nzambi, he wanted the humans to show the humans step by step, fortschritt, we call it like this, developments. But
Mm.
there comes some angels, some Horites, some fallen people, some falling spirits. They started teaching us different kinds of things.
Mm.
And those nations, they made a covenant with them and they will prove it. And that's why you can see that the barbarians or the Vandals or the Romans, they knew about the sun worship. They knew how to sacrifice children's. That's why many of gays, lesbians, and all those kinds of things, it came with all these things. That's why they had the Cold War, the 100-year war against the they had the 100-year wars against the Métis. Métis is half caste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, half caste.
Okay.
Yeah. So now today, the whole world is white. Huh? But in even if they are white, you will see that the Portuguese, they are not the same like the Europeans really. You will not see that the Greek, they are not really like the Europeans, the Ukraine, because they are not like this real European, even if they have blue eyes. It's
Mm-hmm.
because there's something that the Europeans have, the
Mm.
Aryans,
Aryan blood.
okay,
Mm.
Aryan blood,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we go deeper, you will find the fishes, the dragon, the snake.
Mm-hmm.
You will find some deep things inside there, but not
Mm.
every one of them. Yeah. So that's not the topic, but you see,
Okay.
you are very interested to listen, huh?
Yes. Yes. Very.
All praises, Sister Kim. This is will be a
Mm-hmm.
short one here today.
Mm-hmm.
I have prepared everything like always. We're gonna read
Mm-hmm.
the Congo story in the Bundu dia Congo perspective. The
Okay.
Mbundu dia Congo, Mbundu, Sister Kim, do you know what Mbundu is?
And Bundu. Hmm.
Mbundu is like a unity of the Congos.
I was going to go
Oh,
to my list of words.
oh, you are there?
I think I do have that one because you gave us a whole list of words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
All right.
when the European came, they destroyed the unity
Mm-hmm.
between the tribes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Going from
Yes.
one tribe after another and telling lies.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. It's like the house of Isolele is divided today. Okay, they're not united no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the Mbundu dia Congo is a unity not only of the Congo, uh, Ethiopia, or Yantotela, but of all Congo, Gabon, Congo, the Cameroon, Congo, up even to the Western sphere, Southern sphere, every one that came from Ethiopia or lived in Ethiopia. Uh, this is the Mbundu ya Congo, the unity of the Congo, the King Kong, okay, that the world mocks so much. And that's why you see King Kong is holding a white woman like this in the hands and trying to climb the World Trade Center or something like that, but he's saving
Mm-hmm.
as well with the other hand the right woman. It's the King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
like Solomon.
Okay.
Okay, he could
Yeah.
he has his songs. He's saying
Mhm.
very clear. Okay, I'm black but comely, blah blah, singing about his women or something like that. But
Mhm.
he's also saying he couldn't kept his own field, but now today he have to work for someone else field, which is the white
Right.
man. That's why you see King Kong is holding the white woman, like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I choose you, yeah, to help
Mhm.
you beside my people, and I
Mhm.
choose the cities, which is the
Mhm.
captivity of King Kong, and people are shooting and
Mhm.
trying to kill the king. Very
Okay.
easy, but the king is not the problem because Godzilla, that I have mentioned in
Mhm.
the beginning, that fought into the water, that
Mhm.
became men, the reptile.
Mhm.
And you can go to
Mhm.
science. You can go to
Mhm.
science, and you will see that even the Chinese will say they come from fishes.
Mhm.
Nephilim, Neanderthals, maybe they came from fishes, but we not. We are
Okay.
humans. Huh?
Okay.
Homo sapien. There's a
Mhm.
difference. Okay?
Okay.
That's why a white man, if you want to insult him, if you want him to become redder than a tomato, just ask him, where do you come from? He will start, he has no answer for that.
Mhm.
He has no answer. But anyway, we are from Congo. If a white man say I am from Congo, I will understand because you will also find the Congo DNA somewhere there in some white people, Chinese, etc.,
Mhm.
etc. We are the one that wandered back and forward. We are the one where the Babylonian civilization, where you have seen the languages were changed and stuff like that. It's a true story.
Mhm.
Why do you speak out the different kinds of languages then? Hmm? And languages changes every, I don't know, I don't want to lie. I think every 30 kilometers or something like that, languages change, and because of rivers and stuff like that, you know the rivers that take also a language for people. You can see in Germany,
Mhm.
everyone speaks German, right? But you go
Mhm.
to Bayern Munich or Munich, their German is completely different in the south than the German in the west. We'll be like, huh, what is that, man? I can't, that guy comes from Bayern, that guy comes from
Mhm.
Berlin, that guy here
Mhm.
comes from Stuttgart. Okay, this is how it
Mhm.
works. Okay,
Okay.
so languages change, like
Mhm.
people, like for an example, in the Europe, while we grew up, uh, we, you know, why did I never liked? I had a white girl 7 years long. She was a very pretty girl, but the
Mhm.
most of the white girls, they didn't look so pretty.
Mhm.
They didn't had any curvy body and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They look very white,
Mhm.
uh, flat breasts. But look at them today.
Mhm.
Look at them today.
Mhm.
See? So,
Yeah.
and look at the black people today. You might see black people 200 years ago, small,
Mhm.
like the body of the women's was looking like, you know,
Mhm.
here's
Mhm.
because of slavery, very dark. Look at us today. So
Mhm.
from time to time, things are changing. Like the intellect of the human, you can't say that,
Mhm.
oh, Jesus was smarter than me. He wasn't. Never. You have seen more than Jesus. You have seen more than all of them that passed before you. So they couldn't be smarter. That what made our forefathers to become smart or to be smart was not they themselves. It was the spirit inside of them
Spirit.
that
Okay.
taught them something only for that timing, like a
Mhm.
revelation. A revelation is only something that you received for this time, but this doesn't mean that you know exactly how it will happen or when or how it will be. They talked about radios coming, television coming. Isaiah have never watched television. Okay, he knew how a horse shits. This is what he knew, but he never entered into a car. Can
Right.
you imagine? You see, he don't know how to drive a car. He never drove a car.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you see, so this is things that people must understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so even the intellect, it's like if you have a child now, your child would be, Father, why do you not know that? Oh, Father, your generation, you don't know. This is off the chain. This is the new Xbox 1000. Well, and you will be, oh my goodness, we had this Xbox, but it didn't look like that. Now today you can
Mm-hmm.
enter into the television and stuff like that. It wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, why do I say all this? This doesn't mean that we shouldn't learn from our history, that we shouldn't learn from from the past.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to know what happened in the past to know who you are today, or to know where this technology came from today, and to
Mm-hmm.
make it even greater tomorrow.
Right.
Okay, which means if you
Mm-hmm.
don't know your past, how can you know who you are, and how can you become a king if you do not even know you
Mm-hmm.
know where you are or who you are. Now, in the Congo story of the Mbundu dia Congo, which is very, very important for all of us, it is very similar to the story of the Bible. Very, very
Okay.
similar,
Mm-hmm.
but it is still different. There is a prophet there came a prophet in the South Africa. He was tall, but what was his name? The South African prophet, Mwene something. South African prophet. Let me check. So everyone will tell you something. So I'll put your South African prophet, and they're giving me white people,
Oh
or,
wow.
or the prophets from today. Okay, very, very funny.
Wow.
The prophets from today, the Christian theologians. No, I don't want to talk about them. But what I want to say is that Africa has also his own stories besides the Bible. But the stories shows us all the time
Mm-hmm.
uh, similarities. Okay, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
similarities. Now,
Okay.
um, in the beginning, when you say that people are hating the Egyptians, right? They're
Right.
hating the Egyptians and starting saying, "Oh man, you guys are the Hamites because you're the Egyptians, etc., etc." The funny thing is, we should not forget that we lived there for years,
We did. Yes.
and there is an upper and lower Egypt, and Israel today that we call Israel is and was Egypt as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which means our forefathers, we had people ruling there, even Joseph, Moses, we had Abraham fled there,
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah. All the stories goes back to Egypt. So how can
It
someone say,
does.
"Oh, no, all the Egyptians that lived in Egypt"? Egypt was the America from today.
Okay.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it is important to understand the Egyptian stories or
Mm-hmm.
history, Tutankhamun, Amonitep, and stuff like that, and their spirituality. To understand all this, whiter than Zombie have has said, okay, now I'll take you out from Egypt. The same thing what will happen in America. This is that what happened in Egypt in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let us enter into the text. I hope
Okay.
I can share the screen today completely. No, so I think something is wrong with StreamYard, but I have another way. Now I have to hope to find the right. Okay. Seven Heavens. No, it must be this one here. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me make it a little bit bigger. You have the lenses on, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's go. Reading.
All right. It is Mfumo Akongo, a God within a body, the Heavenly
No,
Father. He
here it
has
starts.
three faces.
This
Oh,
is
sorry. Okay. Based on information translations made from the official Bundu Dia Congo. Okay. It is Mfumu Akongo, a God within a body, the Heavenly Father. He has three faces, a
Fumu.
triune God.
Fumu. Fumu is like Fumu is like like this is what they call Lord. Okay, Lord
Mhm.
Fumu. Like yeah, it's like they're living, elevating a Congo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
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 All right. He was called Ne Mbumba Loa for the created for he created the sun. He was also called Nekango Kalunga as he created the ocean. Finally, they named him Nemuwanda Nsimi because his spirit inhabits all nature. He created the Mahanza universe, which is the universe. He placed in his universe many, oh, the word just disappeared. He placed in his universe many Kisanganza galaxies, among them the Milky Way. That is the one way Xyla Zombo. In
Zealand.
each galaxy, uh, you said in Zila? Say it
Zealand.
again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cylinder. Okay. In each galaxy, many
Zaloa.
Nzolo, Nzolowa,
Zaloa, the solar
solar,
system.
solar systems. Okay. These solar systems have Loa, Sun, and many Impunanza planets. All this in
Maybe
perfect
I,
harmony
I
in
will
the,
read the Congo words. It will sound better.
yes, please.
Okay.
So that everybody get a correct sound pronunciation. Okay. So in all his perfect harmony in the
Luya Lungungu.
outer
Luya
space, the
Lungunu,
planet,
outer space. So first of all, we
okay.
heard about three heads. Three heads means Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Tsaku Panzun Zinga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
um, which means the Most High is just spirit. And then you have
Right.
he created Mahanza, the universe. He created the galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
He created the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
each galaxy has his solar system. Okay, this solar
System. Mm-hmm.
system has also a sun. Okay, which also has different kinds of planets, the Pinanzas. All
Mm-hmm.
this perfect harmony
Mm-hmm.
in the Luya Lungunu, which means in the outer
Mm-hmm.
space. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So the planets in our solar system are Mercury, which is Hangia,
Hangya.
Kazaki, Hangia,
Just
Kazaki,
do the
Venus.
English.
Okay. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay. And yet another three planets that have not yet been discovered by science. But the prophecies of the ancient sage sagas of the Congo kingdom say exists, and I'm going to let you read those words.
Mukada, Tadua, and Yengoza. You will also see that people talk about the Star of Cyrus and stuff like that, and even in the Southern Africa, they know about those histories. Some people would say that we came from there. Even in the Kenya, if you see that sister that all of us love so much, what is her name? That is in the Kenya,
Which one?
Dr. Mumbi. She talks a lot about Cyrus,
Oh,
the Star of Cyrus and stuff like that.
yeah.
Exactly. This is African mythology. Okay, this is African. This
In
is
theology. Okay.
exactly. Very good.
Okay. Okay. So the Congo kingdom is considered the kingdom of Tatanzambi manifested on earth. Legends say that a Congo, Tatanzambi and Pungu, did not create everything by himself. He had the help of enchanted beings specialized in fulfilling the divine ordinances, Simbabia
Kimbi ya
Kisimi.
Kinsemi. Mm-hmm.
They are altogether 49 auxiliaries of the divine being. Okay. Now, on planet Earth, also called the world of the cross, in
Za
Za,
Dikulunzi.
okay, as it is where the world of the living meets the world of the dead. For this purpose, this is a
Diekenga.
Diakinga cosmogram, text prepared based on studies of life and work of the Congolese enthologists, okay. Flukia, I don't know that name.
Ukiao Ben.
Kuakia,
You don't have to read.
okay.
You just read the English. Yes.
Okay. That makes an analogy between human life and the moments of the sun.
Kala.
Okay.
Tukula.
Maturity,
Luvemba.
death,
And Musoni.
spiritual. Okay. These
Conception.
two worlds are divided.
Spiritual conception.
Okay. Okay. All right. These two worlds are divided by the
The Kalunga.
Kalunga, Atlantic Ocean. Above it, in the world of the living,
Kunseke.
okay, and the world of the dead.
Kumpemba.
For the Bakongo, the skin of physical existence is black, but the spiritual skin is white. There is no concept of reincarnation, but that a vertical communication between the world of the living and the
Zayai.
world of the dead,
See.
that of the vertical, okay, unites the sacred waters of the great river and the united Imbu. The great river, Zadi, and the ocean, Imbu. Okay. Bring this movie. Okay. Okay. Congo created
Ninzalampandu.
Okay. And
Mama
Mama,
Kengelufumo.
okay,
Should I
who
read?
were united in marriage, okay, and had 12 children,
Okay.
from which 144
Mim Fuka.
communes in the communes in the kingdom of Congo, Dia Nutella,
Diantotela.
were derived. Descending from
Nalukengo.
Nal, one of the sons
Of
of
Ninzalampandu.
and Mama,
Kengelufuma.
there was Congo Nimi,
Kongo Nimi.
who married,
Yayangunu.
and she married, and they had 3 children. In them, the characteristics of a Congo were manifested, and from them the kingdom of Congo was made. Okay, and then it talks about three provinces:
Ngoyo,
Goyo,
Kakongo, and Loango.
whose capital is Mbanza Congo. Okay.
You have only to
All
read the
right.
English one. That's not a problem, right?
Okay.
Nkulunsaku
All right.
Nevunda,
Which manifested the divine love,
Nzola,
Zola, and the initial path of the Bakongo region.
Nzila Congo,
It is represented by the color blue.
Budi.
Okay.
Nkulungambona Mpanzu,
Who manifested the divine intelligence, the original
creativity, I
is
think.
that
Ngangu,
okay? Okay, a warrior and master of science and material, metro, uh, metallurgy. Okay, it is represented by the yellow color
Tundu.
tundu. Okay,
Kulu
all right.
Kisambi Zinga,
Who manifested the political power,
Lendo,
lindo, the good way of governing.
Mayala,
His color is red.
Mbwaki.
Okay. These facts narrated above were taken from an oral tradition that passed from generation to generation. It dates back to a period of over 6,200 years, even before the Egyptian civilization, as it is believed that it is derived from the descendants of a Congo in their migratory flows from the source of the mouth of the Nile. The Bakongo already had within their mathematical and astronomical conceptions an idea very close to what we know today as the speed of light. They knew the 12 zodiacal constellations and, in a way, knew their distance from planet Earth. They had a calculation base that predicted an average that varied between 80 and 130 years for the zodiacal vibration radiation to reach the Earth. In this premise, they brought the concept of the cosmic Congo egg and the following analogies: etymological, Semitic, Aries and Taurus,
Gemini,
Gemini.
Layer,
Right?
Virgin, these are Scorpio, these are
Yeah, those
hmm?
Those are the
What?
signs, the cosmic signs: Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Scorpion, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Yeah. Okay. Um, the spiritual world created by Congo, Tato, and Zambi and Pungo has three main gates for its access, and each of these gates has four secondary gates, symbolizing the 12 zodiacal houses. From the perspective, of the sun, moon, and space horizon. The apprentices of this supreme science, Malessa, are called
Makesa
Makasi,
Munzila Congo,
right? And their foundation comes from the Magic Academy.
Makabana,
This knowledge was brought by the sons of heaven.
Bana Bazulu, coming from the Kakongo star Cyrus. So I normally have to make it explain everything, but Sister Kim, I'm a little bit confused with you reading. So that's why
I'm
this
telling you, okay, so
it's not good. It's not good.
really?
My teaching out.
Really?
So yes, so
Okay.
normally I have to teach it
Now, this
again.
is a lot of information.
No, not
It's
even
a lot.
if I explain it, it will become a lot of information. Because the thing is, like the
Mm,
like those people that you see today had a school and they have been taught by the Nephilim and the fallen ones. Our forefathers,
mhm.
they was also taught in metal to do electronic stuffs, to do to build houses. We had astrology and astronomy. These are two different things. Okay, the astronomers, they knew exactly how far the sun is, the moon. They named it even Gonda or the Mumbaloa, etc., etc. Pinanzas. They knew what the star was for, and that's why you had Enoch, okay, writing a lot about our times, what a second means, what a minute means, what an hour means, and stuff like that. And this is where we go, okay, which means this is why I always say it's very important to know your past. And we were taught by our forefathers um, all these kinds of practices, okay, um, and who the Most High really is, and where we came from, okay. And this knowledge came, from the Zulus, okay, from the Zulus. We used to call ourselves also Bena Zulu, okay. um which means we came from somewhere with a knowledge to inherit this world, to make everything nice, okay. And what happened to us is we are deceived. They deceived us, and after that they took our best and they learned from them. But it is very important to know that Sakun Panzunzinga, we're talking about um, politician, we're talking about spirituality, and we're talking about finances, or things that the human used to do, rulership, okay, knowledge, and all these kinds of things are still in us. It has a color. That's why you see a rainbow is manifested always as a symbol of the Most High, because the Most High had people that he have ascended to this earth to inherit this earth and to do his work. And something happened. Okay. So, do you want to try to read again, or should I continue?
Um, I think you should continue. I don't want to confuse anybody.
Okay, no problem. I will continue reading. Okay, very good.
Mhm.
So, the where did we stop? I think it was. Let me just start from here. The apprent- apprentices of the supreme science Malesa are called Makesa Munzilan Kongo, and their foundation comes from the Magic Academy Makabana. Yeah, yeah. You also know the woman names Miriam Makeba, etc., etc. Okay, this knowledge was brought by the sons of heaven, Bana Bazulu, coming from the Kakongo star Cyrus, and who will return to announce the arrival of the age of the Aquarius. Tandu Kia Kinantimaza. Aquarius, time of water, right? This is where we are. Are revealed of the sons of Congo, Banabi Congo, and this taught the Egyptians Ekipata, yeah, Egyptians, Ecipita or Cassiopeia Aegypita, who represented this in the zodiac of Denderah. Now, for the Bakongo, revelations take place in the subconscious and can happen in dreams. If you are in their land, close to your ancestors, our true rituals that encourage the Mutemba hallucination if you are far from your ancestors and need to invoke them in a different way, a more secure way. Anyway, when awake, you can also talk to the ancestors, just scratch a yakenda on the floor and take the sacred oath on it. This is the way to align Tukula with Musoni, vertical union, which goes beyond Kalunga. This is what they have done in the ancient times. Did you understand what they have done, Sister Kim?
Okay. They did a ritual.
Yeah, but they did what exactly?
Um,
To connect.
they scratched. I'm sorry. Yeah. They scratched the Kingo on the floor, it says, and they took sacred oaths on it.
Exactly. So this is how they did it, okay? Now, anyway,
Mhm.
when awake, you can also talk to the ancestors, just scratch the yakenda on the floor and take this sacred oath on it. This is the way to align Tukula with Musoni vertical union, which goes beyond Kalunga. Kalunga is the heavens, yeah. The force invoked the
Mhm.
spiritual force in Gunza. The Mbila invocation is made with Kunga songs, yeah. So singing,
Mhm.
worshiping in the language of the ancestors. In the case of the Bakongo, Congo, in this Pan Africanist belief, the ancestors are invoked, the ethnicity of the ancestors and the high spiritual hierarchy and the spiritual entity that makes this bridge between human beings and the Most High. Ngudyambila that brings within itself the power lendo, yeah, the intelligence ngangu, and the love nzola. Okay, so power is lendo, yeah, that will bring to you. You will receive power by doing that. Then you will receive
Mhm.
ngangu, which means intelligence, and love.
Mhm.
She is
Mhm.
considered the mother of invocation. In terms of comparison, she is to Yemonja of the Yorubas, of the Yemanja, of the Angolers, Candomblé. It only manifests itself in prayers made in the Kikongo language. Okay, so I
Okay.
think this. I don't know if this information is too much. How do you feel, Sister Kim?
It's a lot, but I'm interested. I'd like to hear more.
This is how it was in the ancient time, and so many people still today are trying to practice those. But you must be a real Ngunza to be really connected to that what our forefathers have done, and they can do what the world calls magic today. Um, what I have seen by the white man, this is what the real Ngunzas can do. They can fly. They can put the fire comes out of their hands, stuff like that. So
Mm.
because they are connected, they're really connected to the spiritual world.
Right. Wow.
Yes,
Awesome. All
women
praises.
and men. So it can be done in the pure way, so that you are connected to intelligence. This is where intelligence comes from. You have to know how to connect, how to pray, how to worship, and then you get the intellect from the other world, from the people that made it into the Pemba Kalunga, to tell you how to build, how to create, how to do things, how to rule, and then you receive power and how to love. Love is for rulership, family, holding unity between um, your people, how to govern, etc., etc. So now you will see where this 6 point star come from. And it is even believed that Hebrew is a purer, but full of accent version of the Kikongo dialect. And the Star of
Mm.
David, six pointed, was taken by Makenda Saba to Jerusalem when she was with King Solomon. Okay?
Mm.
Just as it was she who brought the Ark of the Covenant to Ethiopia, where her kingdom was, from the union of Makeba Saba and Solomon, and people was from the Falasha, there was a lot of miscegenations of myth among the Bantu, Congo, Egyptian, Hebrews, Hindus, and even Muslims. Akongo to Tanzania Pungu from the 27 mansions seated on the moon prepared the four elements earth, water, air, and fire. It was there that he created the seven vibrations of the cosmos and extracted the primordial ancestors from them. Created a prototype of the human being in the shape of catfish called Amagono. He also created similar beings, quadrupeds, Nomo Dai, high priests of heaven, Nomo Titianye, one who performs the divine work, Nomon Semi, one who was sacrificed, and Yurugu, the disorder, chaos of creation. Nomon Semi had his name changed to Ogo. He rebelled and wanted to be like Akongo, but he couldn't create as he did. It was then that Akongo tied Ogo to an acacia trunk and sacrificed him, spilled his blood, and split his body in several parts. And from these parts, he created the stars and the planets. Finally, Akongo gathered the pieces of Ogu and kneaded them together with the pieces of a woman, and gathered other twins and kneaded them all together and placed them inside a chest. This ark was brought to planet Earth, and these pieces had turned into plants, animals, and the first human that inhabit the Earth. In this way, humanity developed and life organized itself on Earth. Look at this belief. Who
Mm.
brought this ark? Earth was Nimwanda Kongo, the great archangel of the Bantu Africa center south, and thus came the kingdom of Congo, Yantotila. Of the most worshipped sacred beings, the 10 divine ancestors holders in Kisi, the divine energy that can heal, dispersed throughout creation from the realm, elements to the phenomena of nature stand out. Nzalampandu, one who knows all that is sacred. Mpembanzulu, the eagle of heaven. Luanda Makanda, the guardian of nations. Mayindu Mazulu, the thought of heaven. Nkemba Mawon Wamonsu, the revealed glory. Tutidiantiyidya, the cloud of fire. Nemonansemi, the spirit of creates. Malembankulu, the ancestors who brings peace. Mvidi Mukulu, the holiest ancestors. Mukulu Mkulu, the oldest ancestor. A simple chronology traces from the appearance of Nimwanda Congo to the beginning of the slavery in Congo by Diego Cao, who divided Congo into three parts: French, Belgium, and Portuguese. Years 220, appearance of the archangel Nimwanda Congo to Nepembanzulu, who had left Ethiopia and gone to Egypt, and from there migrated to the south central part of African country, with the mission to dominate the territory that united Kalunga, Atlantic Ocean, to the source of the Nile River, to receive the Mani Congo, the king who will come from the sky. Nepembanzulu migrated and arrived in the place that is now Zimbabwe. And there he helped in the constructions of a great civilization that with his departure went into decay, and all the people of Nepemba Zulu descent. and known as Bena Kongo, were punished with lightning that fell from the sky like rain. The survivors started a new generation of Ebena Congo from the Kalahari Desert, joining the Zulu people, South Africa. Year 220. Congo Pangala, whose capital was Kimpemba, led at the time by Nain San Sukulu. Year 420. Congo Mulaza, where the capital was settled in the city of Kahemba and then in Fleshi, all under the leadership of Nekodi Pwanga. Year 529, Congo dia Luango or Congo dia Mpanzu, in honor of Mpanzu and his knowledge of metallurgy. The capital was in Zimba and the leadership was in the hands of Ne Nexhengele Mbele. Year 690, Congediantotela, where the capital was divided into three mountains, Lemba, Nyakila, and Nkumba Wungudi, all under the leadership of the prophet Kulunsi. The names of the mountains means peace. The high priest at the time was Nkembo Wamoneswa, and he had a council formed by 12 old sages. Okay, they all went up to the mountain, and there they found the archangel named Wanda Congo, who appeared to them in the form of a sun. Touching the top of the mountain around him, 9 eagles and the sound of a thunder around the top of the mountain was a rainbow, Kongolo, which was the spirit of the king of Congo, who was so kind that he was enchanted in the form of a snake and transformed into a rainbow. Many clouds formed at the foot and of the mountain. It rained on the people, bringing joy and uh, fertility to the land. Year 1482, Diego Cao arrived in the Congo. Year 1491, the process of capturing, marketing, and trafficking of slaves begins. Precisely when King Nzingankuvu is baptized into Catholicism. In this way, the formations of the Kingdom of Congo took place in the mythological perspective, having as a starting point its cosmogony and the significance of each word, because this is the best way to rescue oral traditions. Sister Kim, what did you get from now?
Wow, it's a lot.
It's a complex
Okay.
story that we know, huh?
Yeah, it's completely different. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not the same as what I know, of course, which is
Mhm.
okay because what I know is a lot anyway. But it's a lot of
Good. Let us read.
oof,
We know that the Kingdom of Congo was formed by 9 provinces, namely Mpemba, Mbata, Pamba, Sonyo, Nsudi, Mpangu, Ngoyo, Kakongo, and Luango. It also had by its limits vassal kingdoms, which made up its vast territorial extensions, sovereignty, and dominion. Ndongo. Matamba, Kasanye, and Kisama, its capital is Mbanza, Congo, which is currently listed as a World Heritage Site, where the tombs of the ancient kings of Congo are located, where ancestry is preserved. The official language of the Kingdom of Congo is Kikongo, from the derived other dialects of the Bantu ethnics and linguistic trunk such as Kimbundu, Umbundu, etc. I hope with the compilations of this information that makes the dispazu fables of the Bakongo cosmogony and mythology, uniting the rits even more based on what peoples of northern Angola wish here. Now, um, in this rescue of traditions, which I follow closely uh, in a Facebook group from the Wish region, Damba, a report caught my attention. The owner of the comment spoke of how much his grandfather devoted himself to the waters of the river and whole region around that river. He said that his grandfather used to perform a ritual, Nkoko na Sodila, or say Waku, where he would carpent on the banks of the rivers and around the nearest trees, and that, in addition, uh, he would take new fabrics and tie the tree trunks with bows and decorate and please. The spirits of the waters, Simbi, poured white wines and champagnes into the water, or the most expensive that he could buy at the time. Nsamba, Reza, and Makasu offerings. He did all this to praise the water, Massa, of the water river, Nkoko. When he went to the river, he would say, Nge lekunu, kuna Nkoko. Let's go to the river. This is what it means. To enter the water,
Uh-huh.
he would ask permission, saying, Kumansa. This dance brings a serious mythical, and mythological consistency in the treatment of the sacred elemental that is water. The Africanizations and re-Africanization movements needs to pay attention to these moments in Africa so that they can make them live again here in Brazil. It is necessary to conclude by complementing understanding that Angola was formed with the union of several kingdoms such as Ngondo, Soyo, Matamba, and these kingdoms were vassals of the ancient kingdom of Congo. We can say that the Kandambologist religious matrix of Bantu branch is Congo. Angola is a matter of politics, sovereignty, and alien to the religious context. The Bakongo speaking Kikongo dialect, from which other dialects were derived, Kimbundu, Umbundu, etc., are direct descendants of those who in the past made up the Congo kingdom and are undergoing a recent movement and still with few strength to rescue the dialects Kikongo, stopping the use of Portuguese, which is language of the colonizers. Okay, we read a lot of things, right? Now, normally I
Mhm.
have to explain all this one by one, but it would take
Mhm.
so much time. But that what I can explain so far is these. Let me just find. Um, yes. Now, let me explain a little bit. Now, that what we have read is the story what you will find in the Mozambique, in the South Africa, in the Zambia, in the those regions where the Zulus are, Kenya. They know some a lot of this thing, and everyone has a piece of his own story from that what you have read. Okay,
Mhm.
because some people stopped in the Tanzania, some people stopped in the Kenya, some people went to the Zimbabwe, some people went to the Botswana, okay, some people went to the South Africa. So everyone has his story how we went from the Egypta, yeah, from Egypt Yeah.
Mhm.
And the only story that I can tell you, they will never tell you that there's one person that brought them into the promised land. Yeah, they will never tell you, oh, it was Moses, it was
Mhm.
Joshua. Hmm. They will
Mhm.
tell you different kinds of prophets. It's not mentioned in this. Yeah, prophets and prophetesses that came during this time, bringing them all over, and it didn't take like it. It wasn't like only happening during 200, or it happened a lot of years until they made it into the Congo region.
Okay.
And they fought different kinds of people. They met people in the
Along
Africa,
the way.
yeah, along the way. They
Mhm.
fought them. They fought the Somalis. They fought the Ethiopians. They fought all of them to make it up there where they entered. They met. That's why you see that the people in Southern Africa, they're mixed with the. Uh, we you will see that with the Khoisan people,
Mhm.
yeah, Khoisan people. Like you have also
Mhm.
here in Southern Africa, if you have seen,
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Nelson Mandela's eyes was like that.
you see. So we
Mhm.
beat all people up, and even in the Gabon, we beat them up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of them became Muntus, Bantus, and this is the and these stories
Mhm.
must be taught again by the elders and stuff like that. There's so much truth,
Mhm.
especially if it comes to their spirituality. Not everything is evil. I will tell you something. This spirituality was real.
Okay.
These people had superpowers. Everything what you
Mhm.
have read about them here, that they just this is what my mom told me. My mom is how old is my mom? 50 something? And she's going to her 60s now. They was
Mhm.
knocking on the wall like that, Sister Kim.
Mhm.
When when she knocked on her wall like that, he starts speaking now to someone that is far away in another city. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm cooking. Hey,
Oh wow.
oh, here,
Yeah.
it's raining here. Yeah, this is Congo
Mhm.
spirituality. So they walked
Okay.
with the Mwandansemi. They had the political.
Mhm.
The kings of Congo, they fought because they wanted more development. They wanted
Mhm.
more development. They wanted more spirituality. They wanted more power and knowledge. And they throw away their ancestors. They throw away their knowledge. They throw away their power and wanted another God, another
Mhm.
nation's knowledge. And Tatanzambi did the
Mhm.
best he could to take us far away from the enemy. But still, the enemy
Yeah.
followed the stars of Congo
Follow.
until he reached
Mhm.
us, took us into slavery, and brought us to their lands, and took the best, took those who has the knowledge, the kings, the Sakun Tsingam Panzu, people who knew about how to unite people. The preachers, religion didn't come from the Muzungus. They came, the religion that they have called religion is also practice and spirituality. It didn't come from them.
Mhm.
It came from us. What they
Mhm.
have brought to us is
Mhm.
slavery to believe in something that doesn't
Mhm.
exist. But we
Right.
knew the Most High
Exactly.
before them. This is something that all black
Mhm.
people have to know.
Mm.
And there are so many people that are writing different kinds of things about those histories. Go to this sister. What is her name from Kenya? What is her name again?
Oh, you're talking about Dr. Mummy?
Dr. Mumbi. She loves to
Yeah.
say things you will become crazy. Yeah, because this is what
Mhm.
especially the people from the Pan-Africanists, they're completely throwing the Bible by side.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there is some truth in that what they believe. It's not everything a lie,
Mhm.
and they have also
Right.
tombs. What is a big, big,
Mhm.
big plus? And they have historical facts, which means you can go. We didn't jump from We didn't jump from Isolele when we came from Egypt just in 1 year. It had the process
Mm-hmm.
how we built it Zimbabwe. You will see the same housings of
Mm-hmm.
Zimbabwe. You will find it in the southern Africa how they built it. You will find it even in the places like the Congo. You will find it up to the Niger Congo and stuff like that. Today you
Mm-hmm.
heard the Benin people rhythm from when we drove with
Yeah.
Sister Oyo. Hey, you will find the
Yeah.
same songs in the southern part of Africa as well. This is why
Mm-hmm.
I started like that. Humanity, the
Mm-hmm.
version de la humanité, started where? In Africa, which means you will see all Africa looks the same. All
Mm-hmm.
Africa looks the same. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like you will also see all Europe looks the same. Okay? And when you go to Southern America and all these places, you will see the same people. They're not far away from their intelligence. Is not the is almost the same. The people are the same. Same people.
Mm-hmm.
You go to
Yeah.
India, to China. If you see they're black, they keep the commandment automatically. They don't want to do sins. They believe they are believers, but not the others. They are completely different. And that's why I have to start revealing who they are. And there is truth in that what the Pan-Africanists say. The only thing but I do not accept that they accept witchcraft. Hey, not our forefathers, not all of them did witchcraft. If not, if we would be like that, since they came all of us, we are our forefathers. Would do witchcraft still today.
Exactly.
But we
Exactly.
don't do that. I don't know how to start. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
away with. But they had timings, what is very, very important. And this is where I will come after all this ancestor, because what they have said today, the practice of this is what you're gonna learn now on the second Abra, what they did on water, makasu, alcohol on water, talking to giving water food. People will think I'm crazy. The water is kicking some people's butts all over the world,
Yes,
but the
it
water
is.
has no power, yeah, against humans normally. If humans would say to water, hey, here is your barrier, here you don't go.
Mhm.
But
Exactly.
humans don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
So the creation in water is coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
In the Angola here, we are in the Atlantic Ocean. Do you know why the Atlantic Ocean is mentioned too much? It's a world. The world of the Atlantic Ocean is the world that you see above in heavens, by the way. The Atlantic
Mm-hmm.
Ocean, Simon Toko was saying, one day it will come to take Angola. That's why I tell you we'll go to the mountains. We know where we go. These people,
Yeah.
because of their sins, it will take Southern Africa. It will take the Namibia. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And why is it so? Because people still today, Simon Toko was saying it very clear. He say it will take people's lives. It must clean because there will be a new Jerusalem that will fall from heaven, like the scripture said. It will be constructed new. So he must clean up those who did not hearken, who did not understand what the Most High really want. So the Bible has to marry our history. You cannot preach the Bible, which the Kadiampemba has written in his perspective only, without knowing the African history. That's why you see in my videos, I have always time and finding here Mansa Musa, what happened in the Benin Kingdom, what happened in the Kingdom of Ghana, okay, what happened, because it is important. You cannot just believe without having scientific proofs. And this is what killed our people. They just became just believers. So, did Moses bring us to Zimbabwe? Do people in Zimbabwe know someone called Moses? No. You see what is happening here? No. You see?
We don't know that.
But if you start saying names from special people, they in Zimbabwe, they will tell you, yeah, the kingdom. I can't even share my screen. You can see it by yourself. You can Google by yourself. There was a kingdom of Zimbabwe, build it in like they build it, like we build it in Egypt. This is the same architecture. This is how we took it from there up to Southern Africa, up to all over Africa. There's a Bantu migration that happened, and there was no one called with those names in the scriptures. And these are the problems, yeah, that we have. Okay? And that's why history has to be mentioned. Yeah, it has to be mentioned. It has to fit. And that's why I made this video, not to take your faith, but just to tell you, yeah, we have to always to find the truth in the midst of the lies.
Yes, we get that.
Yeah? And do not deny your spirituality. I tell you, there will not come in the Bible. You will not find your spirituality. You can only find it in the ancient ways, in the ancient path. Do you know when Simba lost his mind and he was like, "Oh my goodness, let Scar take the kingdomship"? In the Lion King video, then Rafiki said, "Come, you have to find your path in the ancient ways."
Yes.
You will not find the white man will not show you how it works.
Of course they're not.
There wasn't Gunza, and the most of the people say always Gunza sorcerers. So then Gunza was saying a lot of things because Gunzas hate white people. They hate. They're almost all white have done this and this against us and la la. And that's why they also don't want to have the Bible, even if there's truth in the Bible. Then Gunzas hate the white people. So now look. Now there's something that happened. The woman he spoke against the white and what they have done to us and etc. History here and there, because they speak also mostly against Isaiah, which is not good, okay, because there's some truth in Isaiah. Okay, now what happened is then the woman said to him, "Hey, a lot of blah 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 blah, where's your power? Okay, what can you Ngunzas really do?" And I tell you, Sister Kim, he didn't bother to show off, because this Congo people, these people don't show off. While this woman was telling him, show, yeah, Jesus was doing this and this. Sister Kim, me too, I'm always scared to do some moves because people would think, but he was doing something, he was just showing his finger, fire out of his hands, and the video is somewhere here on YouTube. Out of his hands, fire became bigger, boom, 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 and the woman was like, "What is this?" He put it in front of a paper. The paper burned, fire. He was like, "This is just a little." He said, "We are different." But then people will start asking us, why did these Ngunzas and ancestors' power and blah, blah, blah not take over and change our positions and fought the white man and whatever? Tatanzambi has his times. Tatanzambi has truth spread out everywhere. These Ngunzas don't have the full truth. They have truth, but this doesn't mean that they have everything. There is some truth in the Bible. Even the Muslim that you see, my father, he became a Muslim because of money. Okay? Every Muslim, that goes to Friday's prayer and all this. Do you know that Muslims are rich? Huh? Muslims have money. You saw them today. We went to eat dinner and stuff like that. Most of them are Muslims there. The people in West Africa, when they come to those countries in Southern Africa, why do Southern African people don't like Muslims or people here? They take over. Go to Tanzania, Kenya, all over where the Muslims are. The Muslims, they work with this knowledge, power. White people work with it, knowledge, power, and stuff like that. And the white man has put love also somewhere there. Here they're working with these three pillars. what we are not doing today. While
Mm-hmm.
you are praying Jesus, they have this constellation of human race, of the first inhabitants, of the knowledge of our forefathers, Enoch and all of them. They're working on that. They're working on that. They're believing in that. This is why I was always teaching. The first guy who created the iPhone, he died. The newer generations, they're creating new iPhones. But it's not the first guy who came. It's a complete other person. But if you ask the new generation, they will mention the first person 1,000 times, like he's a god. He did it. He was Steve Jobs. He was whatever. Why is it so?
Yeah.
Because he created it. He put it into this
Yeah.
world. Black people are like, what stupid Massa? Who's that guy? And you cut yourself the umbilical cord. You cut yourself from the creation, from the creator, or from the person who was spiritually sent to do this. Okay, and then you see other people are doing things, and you think they will reveal you the secret, but the secret is in the blood. The secret is in the blood and in the spirit, and this is something that people must find out. Okay, while we are seeing here, we are seeing here, very very tough things. We are living in tough times. When you see Pan-Africanists, you might think, oh, Pan-Africanists, maybe you know maybe they do not believe in the Bible. All of them are bad, etc., etc. No, Sister Kim, we have a lot of Pan-Africanists now today. They went to the Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Okay, sister, they built one of the biggest company there to do chocolate. African Americans could do this all the time. Chocolate. Everyone loves chocolate. That's why everyone has to get his teeth pulled. Okay? And where does this come from? They went there. There was no, oh, I love Jesus. I love Isaiah. Oh, Kwam Yasharala. No. Do you know what Kwam Yasharala is doing? Huh? He's marrying 10 wives and saying Solomon did the same and having also 50 concubines there. Oh, this is what is written in the Bible. While Pan-Africanists are trying to bring in sponsor into the land. So you see? So everyone is a warrior here and there. And there's some in all the stories, there's truth. There's truth in all the stories.
Yes.
And we have someone in the Congo, his name is Nemwandan Semi. I don't know if he himself called himself like that, because Nemwandan Semi is normally the name of the creator. But that guy, he knew a lot about the history, how we went from the Egypt, what happened, the prophets, the prophetesses, and the miracles that happened during those times, why we left certain countries, why we named them like that, until we made it to slavery or where we are today. So those stories are important. We have to know again when we should worship. We have to know again certain rituals that our forefathers have done, because the laws are not away with, the rituals are not away with. Okay, which means the offerings. The Most High started to say to our people, I hate your moon offerings. It's in the Bible. I hate your moon offerings, your full moon offerings, which means that our forefathers had some rituals that they have done on the full moon. Did you ever see a Christian church knowing exactly when the full moon was and doing rituals? And which kind of rituals? Oh no, now we have to kill someone, a child, and to put it into fire. This is bullshit. This is what they will tell you. Oh, you are Africans, you are doing sacrifice. No, the Most High is found in spirit. And in spirit, we should worship. But if you say in spirit is found in spirit, you should worship. What does this mean? It means you have to do a spiritual work to bring the Most High to you. This is how it was. This is how it will always be. And this is where you receive intellect, power, and you will know how to govern, which is Zola, the law. You can pray thousands of years to Jesus, I will tell you, as long you don't obey that things. And that's why there is truth in that thing. What this historical people like Sheikh Anta Diop and all of them believed into. Okay? There is truth in it. Yeah. Yeah. Credo Mutwa. Credo Mutwa was the name of the prophet in Southern Africa. He had a lot of things to say. He had a lot of things to say, my goodness. Yeah. I will tell you. These people knew things, huh? These people knew things. And they're not like, oh yeah, I'm a Christian pastor. I believe in Jesus, but I have no power. No, they believed, and if you want to see, you see. You don't joke with those people because they are God sent. They had the blood of prophets, of kings, and stuff like that. Yeah. So, thank you very much for listening, Sister Kim. Do you want to say something? I have my Soweto cap already on.
I see you ready for South Africa already. Okay,
Exactly.
you ready for it?
All praises.
Okay. All praises. This was an awesome lesson. We do see just some similarities, but the stories are not the same. So we have to find the truth in the stories, and that's what we keep through the rest of the way. Praises.
You will find similarities of the stories in Egypt. Yeah, you will find
Mhm.
the similarities of the stories of the old kingdom that they say Jerusalem there in the Middle East, which means today Middle East, whatever. You will find stories in the stories of Yonah. They have almost the same stories. You have been in one of
Mhm.
those spiritual, you know, assemblies. You have seen it's almost the same. It's almost the same thing. Yeah. The
Yeah.
only thing what they do not know, and which is a good thing, why we went to the diaspora. Spirituality works like that. If you know more, you will also receive more because you can get more because you have more space
Mhm.
for knowledge.
Okay.
But if your
Mhm.
capacity is low, how can they give you knowledge? Exactly. In the time that I was, in the time that I woke up, there was something that was always, uh, that the Spirit always was telling me, or even my father. I was asking, why do we suffer, or why do our people not receiving knowledge? And he said, we showed our forefathers our back, which means, no, our forefathers showed us their back. It's like they turned
Uh,
around. and now
true.
and now uh,
Mhm.
they are trying to find people whom they can give knowledge, because why should they give someone knowledge they can't do anything with it? That's the problem. You can't give knowledge to a fool. You can't give precious stones to a fool. He won't do anything with it. And this is what Isaiah was
You
teaching
have to.
all the time. Okay. Okay. And when
Yes.
you receive the knowledge, now they will be like, do something with it. Do something with it. And I
Exactly.
think everyone is receiving knowledge. Everyone has the internet there. Everyone has the capacity to learn in the West and see, because the Ngunzas, they're limited as well because many of them never touched the West. You have to
Mm-hmm.
wonder the person who travels, who knows always more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to see good and bad. You have to know a lot of things, and this is how you grow spiritually and physically. Yeah? So this is how knowledge increases. Okay, thank you very much. Share the video. Give me a like. It was a complete different teaching from that what I used to teach normally. It was a Congo or African story basin from our ancestors. Yeah. Don't say, oh, Massa is teaching now. We came from Cyrus and all these kinds of things. Me, I am neutral. Yeah. I just take the good and leave the best. And the day that I will have my
Yeah.
soldiers, like it's written in Psalms 110, yeah, uh, there we will write a new book. Yeah. And this is where I can say, oh, it was like this. Oh, it was like this. Yeah, it was 100% like this. As long we have pieces from everything, I will stay
Mm-hmm.
neutral. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in that what I see.
Mm-hmm.
This is the game.
Yeah. Get that.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you. Let us pray. Okay, my ears. That's okay. Father, thank you for this wisdom and knowledge, Father. Let us receive everything that is good from you, Father. Thanks to that, what you have teach us today. You have teach us very clear that we are the one that started the metal thing, the science and the astronomy, archaeology, and even the agriculture and all this. And the knowledge was given to us. We have also seen here in this teaching, Father, that there are some people that has received knowledge from other species. But Father, you have given it to us so that we should do something with it, but we didn't do anything with it. And that what we have built the kingdoms of Zimbabwe, Kenya. We had big kingdoms in the Menamotapa and we had kingdoms in the southern Africa and all these places in Africa, real kingdoms, nice places. I hope everyone do his researches. The buildings that we see today, we had them before. We had alien technology, like I used to call it, spaceships. Yeah, used to come from us. And Tatanzambi, please do not let those people laughing at me because I know they do, and let them show them open their hearts and show them that there's some truth in that things that we say, that we really wants to find you in truth and in spirituality and unite our people truly. That's why we are here. We are fighting. Different kinds of things is happening to us, but we are really fighting in the land where which you thou have given our forefathers. Bless us, open the doors for us, Tatan Zambi. Let us not give up and let everything that you have promised come true, so that we can live according to your promises that you have given Abana, Isaac, and Yakubu. Tatan Zambi, help us to understand your mysteries. And Father, let the wonder be manifested like is written in the book of Joel. Fathers and mothers should start seeing visions. Children should become prophets and prophetesses. Let the warriors awoke. Let us build our houses again, do our gardenings again. Let us be kings and queens again. Let us also help those from the nations who wants to go with you. Let your Kimbo come from heaven again, and all the Bisimbi Cambodia that have helped you to create the universe. Let them work for us again. Let them please show us their secrets again, so that we can receive the 70% that you have hidden from the Gentiles. Thank you, Ingeta.
Get that.
Thank you, Sister Kim. Thank you very much, Sister Kim. Really, thank you very much. Yeah.
Our
Um,
praises.
Thank you, family. I will see you very soon.